enjoying their lives. Depression can cause you to have low energy, lose interest in things you used to enjoy. It can make it hard to get along with people. When you're depressed, it can be difficult to concentrate, to be positive, or to express how you're thinking and feeling. You might get irritated easily or find yourself criticizing other people or yourself. Depression that has not been treated can affect different people in different ways. Some depressed people may use alcohol or illegal drugs as a way to deal with depression. Others may become suicidal. If you recognize any signs of depression in yourself or a friend, please follow the advice at the end of this film. Remember, depression is an illness. It can be treated to change a sad, colorless, unhappy life into one with energy and enjoyment. Lana lives with her mother. Until a few months ago, Lana was popular. She had some good friends, she liked school, and her grades were pretty good. She and her mother were really close and told each other everything. Then Lana began to feel sick. She didn't have a fever, but she was tired and had no energy and wanted to sleep all the time. Her pediatrician did lots of tests, but they were normal. But Lana knew something was wrong.
Roosevelt Mental Health Center.
Hi, I'm calling about my daughter. She's 14 and I'm really worried about her. She's not acting like herself. She's not eating. She spends most of the day in bed. She has fallen behind in school and she cries all the time. I know there's something wrong, but I don't know what to do.
How long have you been noticing this change in your daughter?
Well, the other day I went up to her room and she didn't answer. Lana? She was just there, staring. Are you sleeping? It's the middle of the day. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just tired.
Your teacher, she said you've been missing school. And when you do show up, you often seem unprepared. Lana, that's so unlike you. What's going on? You've always been such a good student. Lana, what's the matter? Baby, can you talk to me? You want to get up? Come down, have something to eat with me?
Stop, just stop.
You know what? You need to snap out of it. Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Sometimes parents don't know what to do or how to help when you're depressed. They may misread the situation and say or do things that aren't helpful. Usually it's out of concern or fear.
Your mother told me that she's worried. She said that she tries to talk to you, but when she does, you don't say anything. What's going on?
I don't know. I just feel bad. She thinks I'm lazy. She's right. I am lazy. All I want to do is stay in bed. It's hard to pay attention in class. I can't do work. And my mom already thinks that I don't care about my future, but I care. I just can't deal.
Your mom told me that you stopped calling your friends.
I just don't feel like talking to anyone. When I'm with my friends, it's like I'm not even there. They probably think I'm lame. I don't know.
Lana has clear signs of depression. She has no energy. She can't concentrate, and some days she doesn't even go to school. When her mother gets tired and criticizes her, Lana cries and blames herself. These are all signs that Lana is depressed.
You know, Lana, when people who are depressed lie around, it gives them too much time to think negative thoughts, which only makes their depression worse. You know, sometimes the best way to stop the negative thoughts is to do something. What do you think you can do when you're feeling stuck like this?
Maybe I can call a friend.
Good. And if your friend says, hey, let's do something, why don't you push yourself to say yes?
Okay, I'll try.
After being in therapy for 6 weeks, Lana was getting better. She was back in school and seeing friends. But each day was a struggle. She still lacked confidence and didn't enjoy herself as much as she used to. So Lana's family doctor added medication to therapy to help get her back to where she was before her depression. There are chemicals in the brain that help the different parts of the brain communicate with each other. If the chemicals get out of balance, this communication can break down and lead to depression. Depressed brains show a decrease in serotonin transporter levels in specific areas of the brain. Medication works to reset the brain's chemistry and is generally used for 6 to 12 months. Ray is very independent, but lately he's been feeling really stressed out. He's always been a worrier, but not like this. When he tries to study, he can't concentrate on the material because he worries about the outcome. Then he freaks out.
Hey, Ray. Congrats on student council, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yo, Ray, what time's the game on Saturday?
9 a.m., away game.
Dude, I hear coach is gonna start you.
Yeah, no, he told me. I've been trying to stay cool about it.
Man, that history exam's gonna kill me tomorrow.
I know, I've been studying.
Yeah, you gotta worry.
Yeah, right.
Take my test from me, please.
I'll let you, man.
All right, man.
City Hospital Mental Health Clinic.
Hi, yeah, my name is Ray, and I'm a junior at Willis High.
Hi, Ray. What's going on?
I'm calling because I can't stop worrying about things that I don't need to worry about. I don't know, I felt weird and like something was wrong. I decided that I needed to speak to someone.
I'm glad you called. Let me put you through to someone here. Hi, Ray. I'm Ruth. I work here at the clinic.
What's going on?
I was worried because I had this big test, and I always do okay on tests, but I don't know, last night I was just so scared that I couldn't even bring myself to do any work. I knew that I had to study, but I just couldn't concentrate. I just stared at my books. My stomach hurt so much that I just had to lie down. Before I knew it, it was already 3 a.m. in the morning. Everyone thinks that I'm so perfect and that it all comes easy for me, but it doesn't. I worry about everything. I worry about school stuff. I worry about tests. I worry about games. It really does get me down.
Ray, it's good that you called.
That was the right thing to do. How do you feel now?
Wow, yeah, I felt better just talking about it. So what do I do now? Do I just call you?
Okay, why don't you talk to your family and then you can come see me later this week? How about Friday at 5?
Friday at 5. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Ray shows signs of an abnormal degree of anxiety. Even though he knows he always does well, when he has a test, he feels anxious and afraid. His mind gets frozen. Sometimes this heightened degree of anxiety can lead to depression. The feeling of fear is so great that all Ray can do is cry or feel really sick. When Ray experiences anxiety, the fear takes over his mind. Some people call that psychological pain. It's just as bad as physical pain. Ray's therapist taught him to watch for signs when his anxiety was getting worse, like when he feels his heart racing or shortness of breath. The therapist gave him some tools to help manage his anxiety, like some breathing exercises that helped him calm down and get back in control. Jake likes being part of a crowd that hangs out together, but lately he's been feeling like everybody's in his business. At home, at school, even his friends are on his back. He feels like he's always on edge.
Mr. Robinson, can we talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. Come on in, fellas.
So, yeah, this past weekend we went to this party with Jake. And you know how Jake is. He can be chill and really cool. But sometimes, you say something to him and he takes it the complete wrong way. So we went to this party and we were just walking there and talking about stuff.
But Jake wasn't talking to any of us. And then he picks up this bottle and smashes it on the concrete.
And then we got to this party and he just got angry over nothing.
And then we left because we were heading to CJ's house, but she was like, you can't bring Jake. And I had to tell him that he couldn't come.
Yeah, he got really mad. But he just stared us down. He didn't say anything to us when we left, so, we just wanted to make sure everything was cool.
You guys did the right thing coming by here today. I really appreciate it. Thanks. You guys should probably get back to class, but I'll look into it, okay? Thanks. Hi, Jim. This is Dave from George Washington. Hey, listen, a group of students came into my office this morning to talk about a friend of theirs who's also a student here. They've noticed that he's been getting angry for no obvious reason, and they think he's changed. I'd like to get him to come see you. If he agrees, will you see him?
Jake, you said Mr. Harrison spoke to you and your family about coming in to talk to someone. I know that must have been a difficult decision for you to make. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
I know my friends talked to Mr. Harrison about what happened at the party, and they probably told him that I was the one who did something and that I was the problem, and it was them.
Well, why don't you tell me what happened and we'll figure it out.
We were just hanging out, and then they started acting like a bunch of total jerks. I mean, they're acting like everything they do is right and everything that I do is wrong. I'm just standing out on the deck, and Claire falls into me and spills beer on me. Watch it. What's your problem?
Hey, why are you being such a jerk, man?
Yeah, what's your problem?
You are.
You're not being funny, Jake.
She fell into me, and everyone's acting like I did something wrong. It really pissed me off.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes. It's all gone.
No more beer left, man.
Yeah.
Are you guys serious?
Yeah, we're serious.
Yep.
And then they'd lie and say that the beer's all gone, and they're acting like I'm out of control, and it gets me really mad. Hey! You guys just gonna leave me here?
Yeah, we'll call you.
Just go home, man.
Get some sleep.
Just go home. I mean, you're totally out of control. We can't handle this anymore.
You're just gonna ditch me? And then they ditch me. They just ditch me. They leave me there, and I'm like, fine, I don't need you. Forget you guys. Go to hell.
And these guys are your friends?
Yeah. They don't get me. I mean, they can be total jerks sometimes. It's not just that. It's even at home, I feel like everyone's giving me a hard time, and I know I've been getting mad a lot, and I didn't used to be that way, and now I'm like that all the time, and it's just little things that make me lose it.
Well, why don't you tell me what has changed?
Jake easily loses his temper, especially if he's been drinking alcohol. His outbursts were causing his friends to turn away from him when he really wanted to be around them. Even though Jake knew drinking alcohol was illegal, he thought alcohol would make him feel better. But it didn't. It only made things worse. Losing your temper easily and more often, along with using alcohol to feel better, can be signs of depression. Jake's therapist helped him find ways to avoid situations where he'd be tempted to drink and to say no when there was alcohol around. When Jake's depression did not seem to be lifting after a few months of therapy, his doctor suggested that Jake take an antidepressant. Both the medication and therapy helped Jake. He found that he did better without alcohol and that little things didn't bother him so much anymore. His sense of humor came back, and he could laugh at himself instead of always feeling that people were picking on him. Delia lives with her grandmother in the country. She's never been very confident, and when she was younger, girls used to make fun of her. She's shy. It's hard for her to talk to people. She has a couple of friends at school, but she spends most of her time alone on her computer.
Dr. Allen's office.
Yes, hello. This is Dr. Green calling from Four Corners Pediatric. I'd like to refer one of my patients to you, Delia Simmons. She's here with her grandmother because she's had bad stomach aches. She says that she's feeling tired, she refuses to go to school, she's not hanging out with other kids, and she says she's feeling sad. So there may be an emotional component in all of this. I'd like her to meet with someone. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a trip for them, so later in the afternoon might be better.
Delia, your grandmother says you haven't been going to school. Did something happen?
No.
You're not feeling well?
No, I'm sick.
How so?
Just feel bad.
Maybe I'll be able to help you.
You can't.
Talking might make you feel better.
It's embarrassing and stupid.
Well, I'm not gonna laugh, and there's nothing you can say that will surprise me.
So there's this boy, Alex. These girls in my class, they found out I had a crush on him. Those girls, started sending me emails like it was from Alex. He liked me. It was so stupid. But I got those emails and I really thought it was from him. So I wrote him stuff about myself. Personal stuff. And then I sent an email that was really personal. And then I sent a picture of myself. And those girls sent my email to everyone in school. Everyone knew about it. I started getting emails from everyone in school saying, "Did you really think Alex would like you?" How could I have believed it? Those girls, they made the whole thing up. There's no way I can go back to school. I just want to disappear.
I'm sorry this happened. Did you tell anyone else about it?
No. And I really don't want to tell my grandmother. She worries enough about me. She has no idea how much I'm picked on at school. I have no one to hang out with. The other day, everyone was just looking and laughing at me. I never want to go back to school. Ever.
I know this is very hard for you, and you are doing a great job with talking about it. I just think if we work together, we'll be able to find a way that is manageable for you, and it'll make you feel better.
For a long time, Delia has been feeling sad, isolated, and unaccepted by her peers. This recent humiliation has led her to become more depressed. And that makes it hard for her to think about how to make positive changes in her life. Delia started meeting her therapist once a week to figure out what she can do about her situation. With the help of her therapist, Delia started to feel less bothered by the girls in her school and learned how to ignore them. Delia joined an exercise program at the local community center and started making some new friends there. Once she started exercising, her physical health and outlook improved, and she began to feel better about herself. Jake really improved once he was on medication, and along with therapy, he started to gain control over his emotions. With his anger under control, he was able to interact with his teachers, peers, and family members more positively. Ray worked hard with his therapist, and like a lot of anxious kids, he was very dedicated to improving his situation, and he did well. He still felt overwhelmed in certain circumstances, but he learned how to bring those moods under control. The trick he found worked best for him was a breathing exercise, and over time, the worrying attacks happened less and less often. Lana saw a therapist weekly and stayed on medication for 6 months. She's been doing well in school again and started getting back into things she used to enjoy. There are times she still feels a bit down, but she has learned how to recognize the triggers of depression in herself, and she's learned what she can do to keep it at bay. If you think you're going through depression, you're not alone, and you can feel better. In any given year, in a high school of 1,000 students, 75 girls and 50 boys will be diagnosed with depression. Only 1 out of 3 of them will eventually receive treatment for their depression. You can't do this by yourself, and you don't have to. Talk to someone who knows about depression and can help you. Your parent, a school counselor, your doctor, or an adult you trust. Tell them, I need help. If you recognize signs of depression in a friend, tell them about what you've learned and encourage them to seek help. Depression is a medical illness. Depression can be treated. Get help if you think you or a friend are in trouble, and you can save a life. For help, write down this number, 1-800-273-TALK.